This is AC Stoller, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this video is about The Long Walk again, part two to the first one I did, because I rewatched it last night and also did a video of a Blu-ray update. So check that out. So The Long Walk is a really good movie. It's very self-explanatory, but it's a really good movie. I highly recommend checking it out. The second time watching it, because I watched it with a friend again, this time again, it was so much more fun to watch it again, but it's still intense. It was still an intense movie, but here's what Stephen King wants you to look upon the intense stuff in the world. These kids focus their stuff on different things like what the prize money was, or what they're going to do with their wish, or talk about other different things that are in their world. Um, they also focus their they had to focus on the walk and not focus on the people that are slowed down and did not and slow down and not paying attention to the rules. The rules are you go 3 miles per hour, you don't stop. If you stop, you get three warnings and you get your ticket. So some of them trying to focus. Like I said in the last one, you have Peter and you have Raymond. They're the two ones that stayed focused the most. But you have everyone else, every other character. You have the Karate Kid in there. You have one religious character in there, and they all had their own different things. They all had different types of lives, and they all had different types of personalities. They're all trying to do something for their families or trying to make their lives better, but the only way they knew how is to make um, the only way they knew how was to go on this long walk. But also, you learn life lessons on this. Like, there's moments when you have with friends, and moments you have moments with friends, and you have moments not with friends. Then, when the moment's over, things change. You have one moment each time with a friend. They all say they're good friends. Like, one line in the movie says, Peter says, they say you shouldn't make any friends on a long walk. But heck, I happen to love you guys. Three Musketeers, one for all, one for all. And you get my point. But that's the point. Peter wanted Raymond and the rest of those people to be friends, and they all became friends, and they all talked about different things. But also, there was a struggle with Raymond and Peter trying to stay focused, but also helping each other out and becoming true friends, coming true brotherhood. And when you have a best friend that's close to you, that's also really close to you, that's also like a brother to you, but also you can talk about anything and everything, or may don't want to talk about everything, but I mean everything, and you may not also not want to talk about everything and anything and everything sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for you to even say, "Hey, I don't want to talk about this." Because it was also a struggle for Raymond. It was also a struggle for Raymond to, you know, to it was also a struggle for Raymond to say that to Peter. It was also a struggle for other characters. Um, as they're in the intense atmosphere. Now, what made it so intense was you can't stop, and then also you can't stop, and the whole point of you can't stopping making your feet bleed and all that stuff through your shoes. Also trying to say keep yourself motivated. But what made also the environment so tense is you got a tank. If you run out of course, you have a tank that will shoot you at any time. And these military soldiers will shoot you at any time. You have these soldiers ready to point a gun at your head to shoot you at any time you want. So I wouldn't, in this world, I wouldn't stop. But the thing is, it makes you think about our world. Our world doesn't stop. Our world constantly comes up with things that people say, do, and don't do, and also different beliefs and different things of people, um, different beliefs and different things that people believe in, from religion to stuff in that religion, what you believe in and what you don't believe in it, or the points of views or ideas of different things that you feel like that movie was the best movie ever, and someone else can say that's not the best movie ever, or someone can say that hat you're wearing is the coolest hat I've ever seen, and someone can say no, that's not the coolest hat, or I believe that something exists, and I believe that that doesn't exist, and this is what it is. And sometimes you have to always either agree to disagree, and if you do agree to disagree, you're still being friends. That's great, and that's what these kids in this movie had to learn. But also, we also have to learn in reality here, in our own reality, and it also makes you think about the real life situations. Mark Hamill as the major, perfect guy um, to play that character because he is pretty like you see him in Star Wars and his Star Wars and him as the Joker and any other movie he has been in, like the machine he was just playing uh, Machine's father, but he was also playing like a father that wasn't there, you know. But this, he was also playing another father that wasn't there, but he was also a military man. I might have spoiled that for you, but this movie's been out for a while. There's one character down here. The major son goes into the walk to maybe prove a point that he can do it, or show his father that he can do it, or get the money, prize money, because his father doesn't treat him well. Who knows? We didn't know the details why he was doing it. He was just there. But Mark Hamill has a range of different ways of playing. He can play the hero. He can play Luke Skywalker. He can play the villain and like as a Joker, or he can play the dad that's never been there, or he can play different things. He's been in different movies. He's been in different scenarios of different characters, so he can play. It's a wide range, and his wide range in this movie was, to me, he was also playing like a major, but he was also playing the Joker at the same time, but not too crazy. But he was made this movie also intense because every time you see him, you're like, okay, boys, da 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 da, or that's the spirit, or who's ready to effing win? So it's stuff like that. Um, and just the camaraderie of these young men that are trying to do something for their country or for their parents or for whatever, like Ray Garrity. He was trying to do it for his mother. He was also trying to do mother, but he's also getting revenge for his father. And then Peter was just there because he walked all his life. He's pretty much, foster system, didn't get treated well, so he was kind of understanding. But all the other characters were doing it for just as simple as I need this money, prize money, but also they had no other choice because they were signed up to do it and they have to do it. It's a law in this movie. But as each mile goes and each day they lose people because they either get tired or it's from day to night they get tired. You get to keep yourself motivated, and that's the hardest thing in this movie as well. To keep yourself motivated, keep yourself moving, keep yourself entertained, and keep yourself in the peak of your life in that situation. Because if you're not, then you're just not. You're going to die, and you don't want to. You want to stay alive so you get that prize. And at the very end, you'll be surprised. Peter and Raymond had a talk about who was going to be the winner, and Raymond said he was going to be the winner, but be surprised who actually is the winner. Ray is the winner, but also no, Ray wasn't the winner. Peter was the winner. My bad. Peter was the winner. Ray stepped. First of all, Peter stepped out and said, "I was going to do this for my brother," and then he said, "You gotta walk with me," and then you see Raymond step away from the screen, and then they shoot Raymond. But then Peter shoots the major, and you see him walking away. Great movie. Soundtrack, great too. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fantastic. Um, Clementine, the whole cast did that. That's in the soundtrack. They have a song called "The Long Walk," also a country song, I believe. But this movie is fantastic. I highly recommend checking this out if you like thrillers and whatnot. But this is not really like a scary. It's kind of a scary movie, but not really. I mean, the people get shot, but the intensity of them getting shot, of them not paying attention to the rules, or them just slowing down because they're getting tired, that's the intensity of this movie. The intensity builds each time that they lose someone, and they feel that. The characters feel that. Every character feels that. And I wish I could read the book or get it on a digital thing so I can read it because this book is probably more intense than the movie. The movie was just slightly intense for me, but the second time around it was more fun watching it because I knew it was coming. And there's some funny stuff in here, some funny things that the people say, but you get my point. The intensity is there. So if you have the chance, go check this movie out and get check it out. If this is your first time checking it out, check it out the first time. If you want to see it again, check it out the second time, third time, fourth time. I highly recommend checking this movie out more than probably two times because you will find something new each time, or you will find something that you find something new each time, or you find something that you missed the first time around, or you just find out that you want to be submerged into this world again and again because what kind of world does that? You know what I mean? What kind of world does this to young people that have different ideas, but also the government and the state has different ideas of how to handle their laziness pandemic of people not doing nothing, and you have to have grown young men to motivate the country by televising this on television and seeing them get murdered and killed or see speculated on the streets and see them do that. That's kind of a twisted way of doing this, but yes, you're getting either going to get motivated or you're not going to get motivated by seeing that. Either you want these people to win, or you want these people to lose. It's all it is in this book. When this book slash movie, you see that for what it is. So that's all I gotta say. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and deuces.